Yo guys, Charlie here. If you watched the middle school LARPing video, first of all, thank you. That one did way better than I deserved, which means I am legally obligated to make a follow-up and pray I don't peak at 12-year-old cringe nostalgia. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. It's entertaining, I promise. LARPing is when you pretend you're an expert at something without actually knowing anything about it. Middle school cyber kids did it constantly. Hacker typer, talking about the dark web at lunch, inspect elements in your grades. That was volume 1. It was innocent, stupid, hilarious. This is volume 2. And contrary to what I said in the video, we didn't stop. We just got older, we bought worse tools, and started believing our own press releases. I messaged a couple friends from the old Discord hacker group like I promised in the last video. The server? Gone. Terminated accounts, nobody saved anything. One friend said he thinks we deleted it out of shame, then changed the subject. Middle school LARPing was performance art. You were in on the joke. High school LARPing is when some of you are still joking, and one guy in the group is now unironically explaining Tor exit nodes to a random sophomore who asked what the Wi-Fi password is. The pipeline doesn't stop, it levels up. Same friend group DNA, same lunch table, but now you have a phone that can hotspot, a laptop that isn't school issued, YouTube recommending you one video about Kali Linux and then only Kali Linux content for 6 months, and just enough knowledge to be dangerous to your own network. I'm still making fun of everyone, including me, especially me. Middle school, hacker typer, fake code, no consequences. High school, somebody, and I won't say who, but they know who they are, shows up like they just got recruited by a 3-letter agency and goes, yeah, I boot Kali Linux from a USB. Bro, where? Same energy as I use Arch, by the way. At the school library, Windows 7, sticky keyboards. He reboots a public computer in plain view to boot Kali off of a USB. The librarian doesn't think he's hacking, she thinks he broke it. Fair. The screen goes black, green text, fans spin up. If you're not in tech, that's not learning Linux, that's let's call IT. He just wanted the movie look. Dark terminal, dragon wallpaper, boot sequence. He types, who am I, and gets root on a live USB with no off. He turns to the kid next to him, dead serious, like he just owned the Board of Education. What are you hacking? Everything. Bro, you ran LS once. His English essay? The kid forgot to save it when he rebooted to cosplay Cyber Batman. MLA citations can wait. The mainframe can't. High school is when the lying phase of middle school dark web stories evolves into documentation. Nobody says, I bought something on the dark web with the same confidence anymore. That sounds childish. Now they say, I'm studying ethical hacking. Which, look, learning is good. I support learning, but there's a specific species of kid who updates their Instagram bio to cybersecurity enthusiast, bug bounty hunter, DM for pen tests. DM for what? Pen tests on what? Your mom's printer? The Arby's guest Wi-Fi? I had a friend who put open to internships and work in his bio at 16. Internships where? At the FBI? At Taco Bell? Who is messaging this child for professional services? And the profile picture is always the same. Either an anonymous mask, a picture of Mr. Robot, or a picture of them in a hoodie in the dark like they're in witness protection program for people who once said, I use Arch, by the way, incorrectly. Middle school is like, I went on the dark web. High school, you get a 20-minute unsolicited lecture about why you need a VPN, delivered by someone whose parents still manage the router at home. This kid watched one sponsored YouTube video, the kind where a creator says, hackers can see you, over B-roll of a guy in a balaclava typing on a MacBook in a parking garage, and then treated NordVPN like a religion. Bro, you need to be encrypted. Encrypted from what? The school blocking cool math games? He would tell girls at lunch they should get a VPN for safety. Not in a helpful way, in a main character type of way. Like he was personally threat modeling their Instagram DMs. They may need to get the VPN to protect themselves from him. Meanwhile, he's using the same password for everything, and his email is firstname2006@gmail.com. That's not security awareness. All right. So this is the single greatest high school LARP arc I have ever witnessed, and it lasted like 2 weeks. 2 kids from my school, not from the Discord group, Parallel Universe Losers, announced they started a cybersecurity company. They made a Wix website. I wish I was joking. Homepage, stock photo of a person in a headset touching a hologram. Services page, penetration testing, malware removal, dark web monitoring. Dark web monitoring for local businesses in a town with almost nothing in it, like not even a McDonald's yet. About Us, founded by passionate young entrepreneurs with a combined 10 years of experience. They were 17. Combined 10 years includes Minecraft. They ordered business cards for a company with no LLC, no clients, no insurance, and no understanding that penetration testing on a network you don't own is a felony, not a side hustle. They pitched our computer teacher. I'm not kidding. After school, folder with printed slides. We're offering discounted security audits for the district. And I'll never forget this, but our computer teacher listened to the whole thing, nodded politely, and said something like, maybe focus on passing the networking unit first. That sentence is gonna be on their tombstones. Middle school LARP was Inspect Element. F12, fake grade, Control plus R, all that stuff. Technical fraud. Beautiful, stupid. High school LARP has a budget. Same kids, same confidence, but now they're editing numbers in a browser. They're buying clout like it's a certification. Nobody walks up and says, yeah, I bought 10,000 Instagram followers. They're not that honest. They're not that self-aware. They say, yo, I just hit 10K. Or I'm at like 10,000 now. Like the followers found them. They earned it. Like the algorithm looked at their 3 lunch photos and said, this man is culture. And we all knew. Nobody had to say it. You don't announce you bought clout. You announce you got clout. And everyone in that friend group does the math in silence. 10,000 followers. Bro, you know 14 people in this building total, and you've been in school with them for a decade. The lunch table has seen your real audience. Your mom comments, so proud, honey, under a selfie with 11 likes while your profile says you're influencer sized. Who are the other 9,986? Bots in India? Empty accounts from 2012? A warehouse of ghosts paid for with allowance money? He shows the profile anyway. Count looks insane. Engagement looks like a funeral. 4 likes, 2 from people who felt bad, 1 bot, and 1 misclick. But he walks different that week. Talks like he's building a brand. The best part, the schadenfreude part, is when the platform cleans house. You log on one day and their follower count dropped. Not a little, 10,247 to 2,891 overnight. Or their views on a story, 8,000 to 400. The LARP wore off. The bots got evicted. And they never explained it straight. They'd go, Instagram's bugged. They shadow banned me. A lot of inactive accounts got removed. I'm still up. Bro, you're down. Or they just delete the post where they flex the number and act like it never happened. The table wouldn't roast him to his face. We just look at each other, one eyebrow raised, shared knowledge. We know what happened. You know we know. We're all pretending for your dignity. Sometimes they'd rebuy and the account would spike again. Same scam, season 2. Sometimes they'd fall back to Inspect Element for a screenshot when the bots lagged midweek. Layered fraud. Middle school technique plus high school microtransactions plus platform janitor humiliation. High school is when verification enters the LARP. Middle school, you faked a grade with Inspect Element. High school, you buy someone else's account, because back then you couldn't just subscribe to a verification mark like now. Verification was rare, so there was a whole black market for it. Kid at our table drops, yeah, I'm verified now. Flexes the profile, blue check, it looks legit. Nobody asks how, we all knew. Same energy as, I just hit 10K. You don't announce the purchase, you announce the result. And the friend group does the math in silence. What actually happened was he bought an existing verified account. $1,000 to $3,000, probably allowance money, birthday cash, whatever he could stack up. Sent to some sketchy site or Discord middleman he'd never met. Account delivery, login credentials, done. You click the profile. Previous life, random business, dead brand, menu post from 2016. The bio now, cybersecurity, hustle, CEO mindset, and motivational quotes over stock laptops. 17 posts of someone else's life, and then suddenly he's a thought leader. That's not getting verified. That's identity grave robbing with a badge. Then the performance kicks in. Talks like the check is a security clearance. Like customer support answers faster. Like Discord mods see it and go, oh sir, please go ahead. They don't. You're 16 on a rented account you paid $2,000 for, and if the original owner ever recovers it, your investment is just gone. You don't even use Arch Linux, bro. The OG username market was its own illness. Some kid paid $2,000 for some at cyber or something and treated it like he bought a house. Yeah, this username is rare. They'd flex in Discord, DM me on my main. Your main has 12 followers and a banner that says under construction. Someone else claimed they almost had @admin on a game platform. Almost. Like almost having a job, almost having friends. Group chat full of kids who bought usernames, bought followers, bought aged accounts so they look established. The funniest part isn't the purchase, it's the performance around the purchase. I'm almost at 10K with 9,000 bots and 3 real people. They don't know what half these platforms do. They just know number go up equals status go up. One kid tried to sell social media management to another kid for $5. Client base, 0. Portfolio, bought followers on his own account. Recursion of LARP. At least Inspect Element was free. High school LARP has a Stripe charge and no refund policy. So yeah, part 2. Middle school was Hacker Typer and Inspect Element. High school was a Kali Linux USB in the library, VPN sermons, fake security companies, bought followers, and OG usernames that cost $2,000. If you're in college now doing the next LARP, posting home lab racks you still haven't powered on, calling yourself a cloud architect because you deployed one Lambda, putting AI security researcher because you prompted ChatGPT to write a phishing email, now that's part 3 energy. Comment your worst high school LARP. I need new material, and I also need to feel less alone. If this video does 6 to 7 times better than part 1, I'll owe the algorithm a blood sacrifice, and I'll record part 3, college LARPing, where the imposter syndrome finally has a budget. Like and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you still do that. If you didn't LARP in high school, leave a like anyway. You're in denial. You absolutely did. You just called it building my brand. Peace.